Sometimes the hardest part of using Excel is staring at a blank screen and wondering, okay, how am I going to arrange my workbook? How will I create the columns and rows? What's supposed to be on here? How's it supposed to look? Well, fortunately, Excel gives you a lot of templates that you can use. They're free. Some of them are built in with Excel. Some of them you can download from Microsoft's website automatically. Don't worry, you don't have to go into your web browser and start installing anything. It just happens automatically. Let's take a look. Go up to the File tab, so we're in Backstage View, and then down over here, choose New. And look at all these templates. Now, these are not just templates. These are categories of templates. Now, before we go into them, let me just explain. If you want to create a new blank workbook and just another blank page, you could choose Blank Workbook and choose Create. It's just the same thing as pressing Control-N for New. But that's not important right now. Let's take a look at some others. I'm just going to click Invoices here. And here are all the invoices that we have available. And click any one, and whichever you click, you can see there's a little thumbnail there on the right. So you can have just about anything that you like. So I'm going to choose this work order and double click it. Maybe you like a different template, and that's okay. And you see it says your logo here. Well, that's pretty good. And when you click it, you see it's just a graphic. So I'll press delete. Let's insert our own logo. So graphics are items that you insert. So go to the Insert menu and choose Picture. And in the Chapter 5 folder of the exercise files, we have our Two Trees Olive Oil Company logo. Double click it. It inserts. Well, it's kind of big, so let's shrink it. Put your mouse pointer on one of the corner handles so you get the two-headed mouse pointer arrow and shrink it. Because it's an inserted graphic, you don't have to hold the Shift key down to constrain the proportions. You could just do it by hand. And I'll put this over here. And you could change anything you want. You could change the slogan. Maybe let's put company name. And so forth. And of course, you could fill out the address and zip code and all that. Well, let's do a little bit of formatting. I'll just select the column headers here. And back in the Home tab, we'll go over here to Cell Styles. And I like this Accent 3. It's kind of olivey color. And I'll select it. And now we have it looking a little bit more like what we would have for our company. Now, once you have all of your data typed in here, you probably want to save it. So before you save it, let's take a look at something up here. On the title bar, see it says Work Order 1 and it says Compatibility Mode. That Work Order 1 means that this is the first file we are basing on that work order template. It's the same thing as when you're creating a new blank workbook and Excel calls it Book 1, Book 2, and so on. So it's the same thing here with a template. Work Order 1, Work Order 2. That compatibility mode means that this template was created in an older version of Excel. And you'll find that a lot. Not all of the templates were created for the 2010 version, but don't worry because you can use all of them, even if they are in compatibility mode. So now we're going to save it, and you could press Control-S to save. You could click the little Save button here. You could go to the File menu and choose Save, whatever you like. And instead of calling this Work Order 1, let's call this Work Order 4 Company XYZ. And you see it's saving it as a regular old Excel workbook. Click Save, and there it is. And you see there's the new file name. Let's close it. You can press Control F4 to close or click this X here to close. Now, let's say you decide that, oh, I want to use that work order again, but gee, I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember where it was or anything. Well, you don't have to worry about that. Let's go back to the File tab, so we're back in Backstage View. Go back to New, and you see over here it says Recent Templates. Click that, and there is that work order again. Double click it, and it comes in. Notice it doesn't have the logo and formatting and all that because this is simply taking a brand new, fresh copy of the original template. So anytime you're stuck and you're not sure how you want your workbook to look, take a look at the templates. I'm sure you'll find something you like.